Hi, guys.
Here it is. It says we're live.
Yeah.
So, hey, everybody.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome to the Magic Hour with Anna Stone.
Yep.
Wait, where are we? Anna Stone and Stephanie Siren. And tonight, Anna, what are we talking about?
So the last time we were on, we talked about the keys of ritual magic. So this time we're going to be talking about the additional steps we have to take, like for protection, right? To protect our home and to protect ourselves from any negative energies that, and that can be supernatural or it could be actually like people, like either way. But Stephanie, you are the specialist here regarding warding.
Yes.
And I am not very familiar with this, so I'm excited to learn about that. So can you explain to us what that is, please?
Sure. Before I do that, I want to just tell everybody hello and thank you for viewing, like coming in and being our viewers and being our guests on here, watching us and getting into this energy with us of what we're talking about. And I want to say that at the 20 till mark on the hour is when we start our psychic questions. So please keep your psychic questions on hand and type them in at that time when we open it up. For now, we're going to be doing the chat is on the topic at hand. So if you have questions about the topic at hand, please feel free to post it in the chat and we will read it as we go.
Or if you have experiences like with dealing with negative, like any kind of negative attachments or stuff like that, we'd love to hear it, Yeah. So please feel free to share.
Any experience with negative entities, poltergeist activity, things of that nature, if you want to talk about it, please share it with us.
Yeah.
So warding is as old as time. And what it is it's taking your energetic signature and putting it on your land.
Okay.
And so I tell a lot of people how to do it. Like I explain it this way. Okay, for somebody like us, a witch, you would grab crystals, okay, because the crystals have ions from the earth.
Right.
And you would put your intentions, right, for your protection and safety. So you're going to talk into the crystal and tell it what it's going to do for you, because the vibrations coming from your voice is what's communicating with the crystal.
Okay.
And so you tell it this, and then you put it in, you go and you bury each one in the four corners of your land.
Okay. Yeah.
And what you do is every morning and evening, then you do what is called a witch's walk. Okay. And you walk the perimeter of your land and talk about it as if it's a lover.
Right. And yeah, so this is like this can be for like if somebody that is worried about losing their house, like if they're gonna have to move or something, that can work for this too, right? That's a protection. It's not just from like energies, like it can also be from circumstances, right? Like we can protect our stuff from that, like being taken or confiscated. Because I know this from railroad ties, though. I'm using railroad spikes.
Yes.
I've done this with iron spikes, but not with crystals. Right.
Yes, you can do it with iron spikes. Iron is fabulous for really having ironclad protection, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's why we use like old coffin nails too in like banishments and things, right? Because we're putting like a literal barrier there. Yeah. But yes, railroad ties are awesome. I like them, but not everybody can get a hold of them.
Right. I mean, true.
Yeah, and that's more of a like, I would say a 911 situation, like somewhere that you've already had spirits like causing things, Yeah. That's why I would do that. So you do the witch's walk and you talk to your house as if it's your lover and it's your most loved, prized possession. And you're breathing into it the energy of life. Because if we believe in something, right, then it is real at some level, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah. And so after your witch's walk, you're going to do this at least 10 days in a row. And what it does is it familiarizes the land with you. It familiarizes you with it, and it makes you develop a relationship.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean that's you're walking the land, like, so you're doing the thing, like you're being a groundskeeper for your own property, and you're speaking your intent to it, right? Like you're making it like one with you, your
Right.
energy, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I like this question. Laurel asked, does it matter if the walk is clockwise or counterclockwise? No, it does not. It doesn't matter at all. It's whatever feels good to you.
You'll see that there's the Widdershins like whole thing, like you can go this way or that way. Like again, there's no rules in witchcraft. That's the whole beauty of it. It's whatever resonates with you. Like someone else could say, yeah, that's bad for them, sure, but not for you. If you don't think it's bad, then it's fine, right? Like
then it's fine. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a certain way.
Yeah.
And so, you know, usually it depends on where you are too, right? Like geographically, because for some people, counterclockwise is going to be more norm than clockwise. So it's just a matter of what feels good to you. In my
people, right? Yeah, like
yeah, and like in my interpretation, for me, when I go counterclockwise, it's to interpret it as time going backward, right? Like making something younger, like maybe when you're using it for a vitality spell of some sort. Or going forward, like, okay, I want this to happen in the future.
Yeah, yeah. That would be like a time when you would use that. You could use it that way. But I think like overall, it's just whatever feels right to you. Sometimes it really makes sense to go in the clockwise direction anyway, like depending on like where things are situated on your property, right? Like it could be.
Yeah, I just feel.
So just
I feel like. I mean, wouldn't you agree, Anna, that intuitive magic is the most powerful? Like when you just listen to spirit.
Yes, because it means that like you're not forcing it; it's just coming to you.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, that's the most effective times I've had. Are the ones where it's just like I just know what to do and no one told me what to do. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's kind of surprising because you're like, how the hell did I know to do that?
Right. But, right.
Yeah, you just do because it's part of the collective, you know, knowledge, right?
Right.
We can get that if we allow ourselves to get it, right? I think that protecting is important though because we have like let's talk about like how our energy is, like scientific facts here. So let's outside of the witchy stuff, okay, but like which you know I'm a science-based person, so
I'm the more woo-woo one.
I'm still like I need proof, I need evidence. Okay, so I can prove this. This is provable that we have an energy field on that is ours. It's unique, and that it extends about 6 to 10 feet out from us at any given time. It's called an aura, for lack of a better term, right? That means that if ours is out 6 to 10 feet, so is everybody else's. Okay, so that means when you're walking by people, you don't even have to interact with them. You can still feel it. Like there's and people that are more sensitive or like empathic, I like to say that we have like kind of sticky auras, like things stick to us. So like the more negative stuff will end up kind of like latching on a little bit, like a little crumb, like Pigpen from Charlie Brown. That you know how you had like that dust cloud around him. Kind of like we're out and about, like we can get a lot of stuff stuck to us. It's not even ours. Like we can be in a foul mood all of a sudden, irritated, irritable, you know, just like in a funk, and we don't know why. Like if you can't pinpoint it, it might be that you have other people's energy residue, like you know, around you, and you know, everyone knows a person that like when they walk in the room, they just ruin everything, right? Like everything.
Oh yeah,
you know, we all know people like that. So
that caca energy, yeah.
Like you know, this is bullshit. Like just think about those people. You know, then you can correct yourself and be like, oh yeah, that's right. So
yeah,
we have to be like, yeah, we have to be careful of that, and we have to make sure we clear off. So protection is not just limited to the home; it's also to us and our kids and our pets and like all of that, right? And it doesn't just stay with us at home; it has to have follow us out to work and in the real world, right? So how do we do that? Like Stephanie, what do we do to make sure we're protected? And I'm not even talking about entities yet. I'm only talking about people, like just people.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Okay, so about people. Okay, so here's something that I do personally. I do a couple things. Everybody jokes that witches always have rocks in their pocket.
True. So
I have rocks everywhere.
Yeah. And my purse, but yeah.
But they have different meanings, right? And each one does something different. I carry a glamour magic piece in my purse at all times because I am vain and I want to appear a certain way. So I carry it on myself as a like token to the universe, like, hey, this is my veil that I'm putting out to the world.
Right.
I have a protection talisman in my purse, and it is obsidian, and I have anointed it, and I did it with what spirit told me to put on it. So I used frankincense oil, and I also did a smoke incantation on it to kind of like speak into it. And guys, when I say speak into something, I'm not saying a specific incantation. Yeah. What's happening is I'm speaking into existence the intention.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be a certain spell.
Yeah. That's really important. So we get people asking us for spells all the time. Like, I'm just gonna say it. This is not a popular opinion, but like, I'm gonna say it because for me it's true. It doesn't. Why is someone else's spell is not gonna do anything? Like, it's not gonna be that effective for you. Like, the point of witchcraft is it's a personal practice, just like religion is, right? Your relationship with God or whoever is personal, so is witchcraft. So sharing my spell that I made for myself is really not going to do much for you. You can use it as a template, right, to kind of see what happens, but it will always be beneficial for you to write your own, always, because it's your situation.
Yeah. Absolutely. And like your traditions actually live inside you from your ancestors. Mm-hmm. And if you get real quiet and you listen to your bloodline, you can actually hear and feel the magic inside you that comes from your ancestors. It's doable.
Yeah, I mean, so you had said sometime, I remember you said this, and I've been wanting to ask you this for a long time, and I keep forgetting. You had said something about when we do spells that there's a way that we speak, like, or rhyming or something, and that there's a reason for that. I have not been able to find that anywhere, and I would love to hear what you're like, if you even know I don't know if I'm recalling it right, what you said, but something about how we speak in rhyming or something.
It's tones.
Okay, so what was that about?
Okay, so when we speak in tones, each tone hits a certain part of okay, so you know how sound heals?
Yes.
Different. Yes. Okay, different hertz, right? We have different frequencies.
Yes.
Okay, so the tones in your voice hits different frequencies, and those frequencies are what? Keys.
Keys, right. So it unlock. Okay, got it. I totally get it. Yeah, I get it. Like, duh. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So it unlocks. So it's like opening a door, right? It's like,
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
so if you figure out the right tone to hit, it takes a lot of practice. And I have a friend who actually, she is recording it so that she can hit certain tones to make certain manifestations happen.
Yeah, I'd love to learn more about that.
Yes, I'd love to bring her on too at a later date. And because it's very interesting. And she was the first person who explained it to me because of her research with whales.
Oh, that lady. Okay, yeah.
Yes. Okay. And so, whales create certain tones that heal us and them. They can heal themselves, right?
Right.
And so
sound is a thing. It's definitely
sound is a thing, and it is a universal language.
It is. Every culture, no matter what religion, has music. Every single one of them, and it's been this since the dawn of time. And I've always wondered why, and now I get it. Like, that's why, because it's that frequency, that resonance that they're able to access. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Thank you for helping me with that. Like,
how we talk about vibes, right? Yeah. Okay. So everything has a vibration, as you and I both know, because as healers, we feel everybody and everything.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes it gets like too much.
Yeah. Like, so we just had a comment here. Let me see what it was. Right here. Listen. So right here, I have very strong intuition. So walking in a room or crowded place, I can feel energy off people. I get anxiety over it. Yes. Very common.
Yes. Lala Mama, thank you for that, because you know what? It's so true. I actually had a client recently, and I know now like how to do this, but I was like, ooh, I feel very spicy, like very anxiety ridden. And then I realized immediately that was her energy, not mine.
Right.
And that happens to us who are sensory sensitive, right? Like empathic, if you will. We get these feelings that are not our own. They're not even ours. We're feeling somebody else.
Tom's in the hi, Tom.
Tom said, I imagine conviction and intention matter. Absolutely.
Right. Yes.
Absolutely. In fact, guys, I want to give you a key here because this is so true. When practicing magic, the outcome is the only thing that matters.
Right.
You do not marry the how.
Uh-huh.
You just have to be ready for anything to happen as long as you get that outcome.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have to turn around and trust that the outcome's going to happen and then forget it.
Yeah. That's the hardest part, the forgetting. Janet, yeah. Janet is, I watch my news. Yeah. We're just I don't know what they call a group of unicorns then, but yeah, you know.
Oh, okay. Janet. Okay. Yes. Hi. Welcome. You're in the club. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I think I know what you're talking about now.
That you know our pain, but also thank goodness you're here.
Not just what we, anyone should aspire to be in, but like, hey, we can't control it, right? So
exactly.
It is. Got to make the best of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Trauma is like, yeah, you make it through because it does. It makes us more resilient, or it doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't, and like, but for us, it is. And so that's a blessing in and of itself, right? Like that we can take it and transmute it to something positive. And that's always should be the focus is like the silver lining, whatever it is, right? And any bad stuff that happens, there's always a lesson. There's always something positive to gain from it. It might take time to see it, but it'll be there, from like how you responded to it or, you know what I mean? Or just like how you can frame it later. It's always good. So keep up that attitude. Okay. Like, yes, good job. So like for protection though, so we're talking about people suck. We all know this. Like people are, they're not very caring and people are all about them. Right. People like us, I can't be that way. I would love to be like not caring about other people. It's just not possible. Even people that are mean, like even people that aren't nice, I still care about like, so it is to my detriment. Right. But like, we do have to have a level there are some things that are not people that like to mess with us. And I think that anyone on this path, like anybody that has these abilities or whatever, like you'll know what I'm talking about. Like you'll know, like there's always some kind of something that pops up and like tries to throw you off your track. And the thing is that, where there's light, there's dark, right? That's the thing. And so when we're in the light, there's things from the dark that want us to not be talking about that stuff, right? And so they'll work through people though. They'll send people like, it'll work through people that are
you'll know.
That are lesser, like they're not as evolved, right? Like they're the people that are easy to get to, right? So you'll know who these people are in your life, right? Like the ones that can be influenced by that kind of stuff, and then they'll start kind of dragging you down with them, right? Like so it's important to be like monitoring who you're around, because it does matter, like the whole birds of a feather kind of thing.
Oh, it's so true because energy attracts energy, right? Like attracts like, no matter how you slice it, right?
Yeah.
So of course, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. So if somebody's got crap energy and they're around you, you better believe that their crap energy is going to rub off on you, and then it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, energy draining. Yes.
Yeah, we actually have an episode about that one, Lala Mama. We have it about energy vampires.
Yeah.
And, people who just drain you no matter what.
Because they don't have their own sense of self, right? They don't know, right? They have to suck it out of the people that they are envious of.
I'll be right back. I'm having a technical difficulty. I am so sorry.
Okay, I see you. But Janet, I love your comment here, and I'm gonna just put it up on the screen. You discovered your witch. You didn't decide. Yeah. So, the word witch is like what we got, right? But I feel like it's not enough. I feel like it has a bad connotation because of I don't know, people that killed them and Middle Ages and stuff. And all that, the connotation of that where you like eat babies or some shit. I don't know. nonsense. But like the witchcraft thing is that's the best, I guess, term we can use right now, but it's more than that. It's like it's just people that recognize the energy that's around us, right? And that we take responsibility for ourselves.
Okay, there we go.
Right? Like
can you hear me okay now?
Yes. Yeah, we can be fine before.
Okay, good.
So like when she's look at her comment, so Janet's comment is check it out. I love this.
Oh, honey, yes. Oh, okay. Just welcome to the club, pretty much. And I run a group on Facebook if you're interested, guys, called Coven.
Yeah.
And we teach in there and we share knowledge about this witch path and what it's like, because everybody kind of needs their tribe, and it's not easy being a witch. It's easier now than it's ever been, thank goodness, but it's still not easy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's kind of like, I have a love-hate with that. I'm like happy about it, but I'm also like, because, I don't know, like I'm just old school, but
there's a lot of negative connotations that come with being what we are. And at the same time, we are what we are, and we can't deny what we are.
And it's been around forever. This is not like a new thing. It's not. This is just the people, that's the term that has been given. But what it really is that people that are in touch and understand that there's energies at play, and that we can use those energies to kind of affect change.
I want to address a question too right here. Sandra asked a question, so I want to answer this in where is she?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Call yourselves a witch, but are you very lovingly spiritual? So here's the thing, Sandra. I think that's the problem is in society, they give the word witch a negative connotation.
That's not like,
that means
not. Confused by that.
The word witch in popular culture is negative, right? And you think of hexes, curses, a lady with green skin and a wart on her nose, with children, and that's not the case. The case is that we've been chosen from birth to be of service to humanity.
So like community, like it's midwives, it's the people that are caregivers, like
we're healers. We're healers. And Sandra, like I can explain it to you. Like I could be on video with you, just you and me, okay? And I can heal you energetically.
That's
and
crazy.
I'm not talking about just your mind, okay? I'm not tricking you. I can actually heal your body.
Yeah, that's
with my energy. And it took many initiations and many sacrifices, and that's actually on our last episode you can watch, and it explains the healer's path and what it took us to get where we are. We've paid in so many sacrifices along our path.
Not the kind of sacrifice that is, not that kind.
And we have paid the price of death too for the gifts that we have.
Yeah,
and it's not somebody else's, it's our own. And we've had to trust in the universe and trust in whatever source has laid out for us, because nothing else literally will work for us but what we are.
Right. And then the more that we try to get away from it, go the traditional route of going to church or whatever, it backfires.
And she said, I watched you the other night and I felt nothing but positive. That's why I'm here again. Thank you, Sandra. I really appreciate it.
That's the thing is that, unfortunately, because of, how it's been used in the past, we're taking it back. We're taking it back because it's not a bad thing. What you guys are thinking about, I think what you're thinking about when you have that negative is not witches. It's actually people that abuse the power that they have when they have position of authority over others.
Oh yes, I agree with that.
These are the people that are the evil ones, and they've they've put their shit on us. Think about it as a female, right? What do we do that they couldn't do, right? The things that everything about us that's unique and special was torn down and treated as evil, right? Why?
Mhm.
You know, that
I'm
doesn't
putting
make
this
any sense.
comment up too. Seriously, I'm very alone. It's really hard to know where to start. I will
Oh.
have to look into Coven. Yes, I have to. Okay, so guys, I have to invite you into it.
Yeah.
But if you want to, absolutely, I would love to have you. It's lonely. Not yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's so that's so true. And guys, you know what? If you're interested in joining my Coven online on Facebook, find me, Stephanie Siren. You'll see my picture on Facebook and message me. Add me and message me. I will add you and I will invite you into my online Coven.
Right. And I provide the academic background stuff for the Coven. Like I do the research. I post it. I post like lectures on consciousness and studies and psychology because that's what I'm doing, for my school and what I teach and at the college level. So I share that stuff on there with you guys. So it's like actually, so you get the magic part and the academic part. So it's like actually,
making sense.
It's not just all, nonsense. Like, I mean, I'm basing it off quantum physics, quantum mechanics, and
right.
just, like real science because I was a scientist for 20 years. Like, for the government.
You won't catch us out here acting like, oh, well, this deity just told me blah blah blah, so I'm telling you, you have to do it. Like, we don't pull that kind of crap. We don't pull like the weird TikTok-y crap. We don't, you know what I mean?
This is a good question right here.
Aesthetic.
So check this out. Okay, so this is where to go. Right here. Is it this one? Yeah. After clearing a negative spirit from someone, how often should we, for yourself or for the person that you cleared it off of? Which one are you talking about?
If you're doing it for yourself, I suggest, I just do it once a month unless I feel something really weird.
If you're actively out doing that, like if you're actively out like removing things and clearing, then I would say every time you do it, you should clear yourself before you go back home or get in your car.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna correct myself there. Every time I do a healing on somebody, I do a cleansing.
Yeah.
Because I have had to remove negative entities from people's chests. Like there was one sitting on somebody's chest that I had to get rid of for them. And that thing was stubborn. And it can go to elsewhere in your life if you don't get rid of it.
Yeah, it'll hide too. They'll hide and make you think they're gone. And I see genetics, right? Genetics is that's a helpful degree to have. Okay.
Oh, yes.
I mean, like props to you. I teach biology also at the college level. And my God, getting my students to understand, it's a tough one. It's tough. But yeah, that's a good one because then you can understand like how, generational trauma is inherited, right? Like that's crazy. Like we know that now. That's so
right.
Like
attaching to our DNA, correct?
Yeah. Yep. It does. And all of this stuff is apparently coded at, we have junk DNA. I don't buy that for a second. I don't know. Junk DNA is hilarious to me. But it's just because we don't understand it, so we call it junk. It's like science always does this. Your daughter struggles with mental health. I mean, kind of like it's hard not to at this point, right? I mean, really.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to share something with you about that. People who are struggling with mental health issues, I have never met a wholly healed adult person, like a fully healed adult person without any trauma who's never experienced trauma. And that's the thing that affects mental health. So it's like this over a lifetime, right? Like you're going to have ups and downs. And so certain traumas like the pandemic are going to affect people. I've noticed just the general population has an issue with anxiety and social anxiety now. And
oh my gosh, yes.
Yes, and they rely on more like, for instance, more alcohol or recreational drugs just to get through it.
Or the gym. Like how many people are super addicted to the gym right now? Like really hardcore. I mean, like, everything in moderation, right?
Yes. I mean, any addictive personality issues definitely came out from that.
Yeah.
People's ability to cope with things really got down to a bare minimum, and
reacting to other people or interacting with other people. And, when kids came back to school, it was like feral children, like literally it's felt like it should have been like 10 years they were out instead of 1, like it was a lot. It's what made me decide I wasn't going to teach high school anymore.
Right.
Like I couldn't take it. It was too much. Like, so yeah, it was a lot. And that something about having our power taken away from us and like being told what to do, like stay home and the fear and all that stuff that was going around. It was a lot for people.
I wanna pull up Tiffany's question here.
Okay.
She said, "My daughter is hearing and seeing things. We're going to a hypnotherapist on Monday. Will this modality help her?" So I have 2 questions about that actually, Tiffany, because I want to know, number 1, does this run in your family? Because that's actually a green light, not a red light.
How old is she?
And how old is she? And she's 12.
Okay.
Oh no, that's another one. Sorry. That's
okay. Yeah, sorry.
Tiffany. Okay, so she's 12 and
that's Wizard.
no. Okay, I keep going back. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, like Tiffany, tell us how old your daughter is, and then do you have any of that runs in the family? Even even like rumors. She's 23.
23. Okay. So does
that started recently?
Does this run in the family?
Yeah, like or even rumors of that in the family, like most people don't admit it. Okay, yeah, dad's side. Oh, I guess we're silent. Okay, so yeah, your dad's side. That's interesting because a lot of families have it on the dad's side. I've been noticing that lately too. So what is she hearing? Like what's her
run in the family, dad's side. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. This is why I ask about this, because there's 2 things here. We're the only place in the world that considers this a mental illness. Number 1. Right?
No. Well, so schizophrenia across the world is considered an illness that the only mental illness that is across all countries has the same diagnostic criteria, right? But in regards to hearing or getting messages from the other side, we are the only country where we say that is schizophrenia. Do you know what I mean? So like that, when we say that, if you tell a practitioner that, they're going to either label you as a magical thinker, or they're going to say, and that's bad, by the way, it's a very bad thing. It means that you're not in touch with reality. And then, or your psychosis from schizophrenia or from bipolar manic episode. So, or any of the like more high strung, like histrionic or borderline even can have these features, right? So, but like we say that, we were like, oh, it's bad. And then, but then there's the religious aspect too. So in a lot of religions, Christianity specifically, like is like a lot of people will tell you if you're hearing voices, it's from the devil. So if you're told that, then like the power of suggestion is pretty strong. Okay, like
yes,
we know this. So if you're a person that's young and you start to hear things, and that's what you've been told, I mean, I can't imagine like what your mind could do with that and make it so much worse than it actually was. But in other places, they are taken aside, they're mentored, and they're told that they have an ability to help other people heal by talking to dead ancestors and stuff, and they live decent lives. They don't live on the street. They don't become these crazy, like the people that you see talking to themselves. And that's literally, there's no difference in the brain chemistry, the brain physiology from schizophrenia or from psychic people that actually talk to, spirits. And that, I mean, there's studies that have been done on this recently in the last 20 years, a lot. So it's the narrative matters. So it's important if you have a child that's experiencing that, don't put any, like, don't give them any, don't lead them into a narrative about it. Like, just find out what they're experiencing.
I love what she says here. I'm going to post it. Yeah, I want someone to help her work with it versus drowning it out. Exactly. I wish we had more moms like you. Because, let me tell you, like, it may be a gift. It may be, and it may develop into a gift. And if you have any shamanic lineage in your family, like Anna and I do, like for instance, in my family, it's the laying on of hands that runs in our family, and psychic abilities, like being able to see the person and where they have blockings and stuff. And
necromancy.
Yeah. And so, like, it runs in families.
Yeah, and it could be skipped generations. Like there could be people no one were like nobody chosen for many different births. Nobody's chosen because they're just not the right fit, right? So just because it hasn't been upheld in your line for a long time doesn't mean that it's not still a thing, you know?
Right.
And also if you're white, like, me, and I'm like, oh, I don't have any cool indigenous stuff, right? Like, that's what I thought. Because I'm like, no, that's all the cool stuff. Like, I don't have any of that in my.
No,
no, I do. Yeah, so there's actually white shaman, ancient stuff. So let's get into it. Like, don't just toss it aside like I did at the beginning, thinking I wasn't going to find anything. Because I did. It was quite amazing.
Yeah. I mean, and I come from a long line of gypsies, and our thing was laying on of hands, and that's why we were refugees, because it's not something that you see every day, and people really find it to be upsetting, especially when you've got things like the pharmaceutical companies and the doctors and everything that make money on each other. Somebody who just heals you with energy is going to be a problem for their money-making situation.
Absolutely. Yep. That's why if you guys know, like, if you did some digging into the pharma industry, you guys, do you know who invented it? It's J.D. Rockefeller, the oil, Standard Oil. Like, that guy, he's the one that was like, oh, hey, work in my oil field, whatever. Oh, they're all getting cancer? Oops, better give them some meds made of petroleum. Okay, and so then he founded the American Cancer Association. Like, what? Oh
the remedies contain the poisons just as much as the poisons. Everything is, they do it.
It's so bad. Like, I'm so God. Yes, they do love to give. If you look, Sandra, if you look at the ICD, which is the other diagnostic manual that other countries use, the United States is the only one that uses the DSM, the diagnostic and statistical manual. We're the only ones that use that. Everyone else uses the ICD, and like that one has so much more makes sense. Like, they're cultural based situations. So if you come from a culture that believes in ghosts, because guess what, a lot do. Like,
oh yes,
a lot. Okay. In fact, like 2/3 of the world population believes in ghosts. So like, there's that. That's a high. But a lot of cultures have that prevalent in their day-to-day life. So, but if in America, if you were someone from that culture and you went to see a psychiatrist or a therapist, they would say you're crazy.
I want to talk about this one too, this possibility here, Anna. So Hey Dana says, I've always had dreams and heard a voice speak to me while awake, either warning me of something or giving me a message of something. I'd like to talk about something you talk about often, which is the higher self.
Right. Yeah.
And Anna, could you explain about the higher self and how higher self communicates with us?
Yeah. So a lot of you guys, if you say I don't have abilities or whatever, like it's your imagination when you hear this, it's hard to tell the difference, right? Like it can be, because it's like you might hear something, but it's like your own voice. So that's your imagination, right? Right? No. So because of the fact that there's that thing about, hearing voices and it's bad, like, right, in the United States, why would your higher self is, first of all, higher self is the iteration of you that's lived all of the timelines, like all of it. So this is that culmination of all of the stuff that you've been through. So it's like you at the most actualized, level, like the best version of you possible. And that version of you is simultaneously existing now as you are, right? And I met her like twice in my life now, and like once when I was 13, and then again when I died during my death experience. It was actually death. I didn't almost die. I did die.
Yeah.
So,
no.
Yeah.
No, you died.
Death experience. So this is so it's the iteration of me that's been through all of it and learned all the lessons, right? And like has already mastered that. And now somehow she's watching me do this version of this. Okay. So these versions of like the higher self is the one that has all of the information you need, right? And when they communicate with you, it's done in your own voice because it's you. So of course it's your voice. Also, if it was some other person's voice, it might be scary, like it might make you think you're crazy, which also always, it is good to ask if you're crazy. I encourage it.
Oh yeah. We say it numerous times. Get tested. Because even though we both see things, hear things, feel things, smell things.
People say we're crazy. Like, oh, I don't see it. You're right. Like, I've been told that so many times. Like,
but we still pass the psychological testing. So remember, it doesn't mean that you're not going to pass just because you experience these things.
Oh,
Anna's
no.
going to show the receipts here. But
Legit, yeah.
it doesn't mean that you're not going to pass. It just means that you experience these things.
Oh, Lala Mama, that is what's that called? Oh gosh, when you touch things, what's it? Oh man, what's it called? Dang it.
Oh.
Why is it? Oh my God, I know it. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Damn it.
You could probably find things really easy for people too, huh, Lala Mama?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Learning to live coaching does that too.
Psychometry, I think.
Psychometry. Felicia says, "Hell, I must be crazy." I love it. That's hilarious.
The ability to discover facts about an event or person by touching inanimate objects. Yes, psychometry. Okay, so that is a form of psychic ability. Clearly, it's one of the offshoot of the clair abilities, right? So it's like it's in that family of
right. It's one of the clairs. Yeah,
it is. It's yeah. It's not, but it is. It's that same kind of thing. It's just not
okay. So John.
Yeah.
Asks, do you think we can be creating something, say a song, and is coming through as a channel or guidance? How do we know? Does it matter? Okay, so I'm going to tell you something. Every creative thing is from another dimension, and it just depends on what dimension it's from, but it's all a channel because we're all channels, because we're all connected. It just depends on what you're channeling, because Anna and I, like, yes, okay, we've experienced these things, so we receive these gifts, right? But it doesn't mean we're extra special more than anybody else. It's just our experiences combined over our lifetimes have created these gifts, okay?
And we choose to like go against what we were taught as kids, like with religion and stuff, and we were like, no, this doesn't work for me. But if we had not, we wouldn't be doing it.
Right. We embraced the supernatural.
Yeah.
So that we would go on this path. And then we found ways to educate ourselves and found teachers to teach us what we needed to know to get where we are.
The library, yes. The freaking library, Dewey Decimal System, yes.
Yes.
My teacher, yes.
Yes, same. I mean, I can't tell you how many books I poured over before I even found a person to teach me in adulthood.
Right.
But yes, music especially comes from the angelic dimension.
So does writing. I think like I write like my papers that I write, like my papers for my, my PhD program. Like I don't remember writing any of them. Like honestly, like I go back and read them. I'm like, when did I write this? Like it was yesterday. Like I don't remember. So there's a zone you get. They call it. So this is very common in pop culture, guys. So it's called the zone. You know, when you see athletes that are in the zone or musicians that are in the zone, what they're talking about is being in a meditative trance state where they're getting, that is literally what it means. If you look literally, I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. Like Google.
That's what Anna and I both do in our channeling. We go into a trance state where we're open and receiving.
Yeah, but you don't even know, like it starts off where you don't even know you're doing it. Like, well, for me anyway, someone had to bring it to my attention. So, and I didn't know I was doing it. I just didn't know I just didn't know. I didn't remember things,
I wanna post this one too. I'm an empath and a Hathor starseed. I am dealing with Hashimoto condition, which has been a blessing, and still trying to understand this in relation to expressing my authentic self. Yeah. Okay, so Ayurvedic doc said was undigested anger. I know as a Hathor, my element is fire, and I need to stand up whether there's conflict. Up until this point, whenever I avoid it and instead. Okay, so Maria, I'd like to address this the best way I can. Usually autoimmune disorders are usually from an energetic unwellness, and it can manifest in many different ways. I wouldn't say that it's just anger. No. I would say that it's trauma that your body could not digest. Right. Your body couldn't transmute or transform this pain that you suffered, and then it created this. And how do I know that? Because even though I can heal others, I have fibromyalgia. Yep. I have chronic fatigue and immune dysfunction syndrome. I have interstitial cystitis.
Yep.
I have osteoarthritis. I have all these issues, right? I can't even, now I have a new one with my kidneys, and I can't even like regulate my temperature normally, like a normal person. And all of these things are so that I know what this looks like in another person. Or so I can heal that in somebody else. And I do.
Yeah, this is okay. So I see another good question here. Like meditation, girl. Okay, so yeah, I can't meditate either, like the traditional way, and that's okay. So if you can meditate by doing dishes, you can meditate by vacuuming, like whatever it is that gets you in the zone where you kind of just can dissociate out and like let your mind go blank and like just be on autopilot. That works. You don't have to sit there like sitting in the lotus position all no, you don't. Like that's nice for the people that can do it. I cannot. My brain does not shut up ever. Even when I'm meditating, it's still going. I just have to like kind of get it to like go over here and like, in the back room or something and like be quiet so I don't get distracted. That's okay.
Yeah, that's why I do chanting meditation.
That helps. Yeah,
or meditation when I'm gardening, because I can't do the sit still thing either. It just doesn't work for me.
Right. Yeah. This is like, so the whole thing about how do you process and release the trauma. First of all, therapy, of course, like, but here's the thing is that therapy has to be the right therapy. So if you just go to a regular therapist, it's not probably going to do that much. If you have trauma, you need a trauma certified therapist, somebody that knows how to deal with that. There's no drug for that. There's no pill you can take to help get better. The only kind of better you can get is through processing it out and releasing it from that stored, your nervous system, how it's stored in their nervous system, right? And this is new findings. Like they just kind of figured this stuff out. This is why we have like that tension, the inability to like relax. Like we're always armored, like our muscles are tense. We're not breathing half the time. I have to remind myself to breathe a lot. No joke. Like I haven't taken a breath in like way too long. Things like that. Like it's like hypervigilance, and it's bad for us. It's really hard on our bodies. It's like putting Drano, like the cortisol, norepinephrine, noradrenaline. All those neurotransmitters are not meant to be in our bodies for extended period of time. They're just not. It's meant to have bursts. So you can run, you can save a kid, but not 24/7 like what most of us experience when we have trauma. So it causes problems. We got it. Like you have to go to therapy, and then usually therapy is not enough either, and then it's shadow work at the end. Like that's usually.
I agree with that, but I'm also going to add a couple things on. I think you should also look into somatics.
Oh yeah,
it helps you release trauma in your body without words, because sometimes we don't have words for these things, and so we can release through somatics. I actually have been trained in that, and also seeing a healer really helps, because sometimes there's just energy stuck that you need pulled out.
Yeah, that's why that, like I'm saying, the polyvagal theory now, like you can find exercises on YouTube that show you how to just make these silly little like jerky movements that help release like stored trauma, like because basically we're computers, guys. Like basically it's a computer storing files, and like those files need to be deleted and like removed, like that's what has to happen. So but it starts with therapy. I would never suggest anyone start shadow work unless they've already done therapy personally, because it's a lot. It's really hard.
I want to say something about Felicia's comment here too. She said, that is good. My husband has trauma from childhood and therapy didn't work. So childhood trauma, and you said he has fibromyalgia. That's where it shows, okay? Because it's literally pain that you could not transmute, and so it sits in the body, right? And so honestly, I didn't get relief from my fibromyalgia until I saw a healer, an energy healer. And she was also trained in somatics, and she helped me release, like, I didn't even realize that my butt was so like this tight butthole. Like my whole pelvis was just like this, and everything was just ridiculously tight.
Like that's called armoring. That's what it's called, armoring, and that's when we're just we're waiting for that shoe to drop. We're waiting for that danger to appear. But like Scott's question is like, how do you release trauma you have no memories of due to head injury? You don't need to have a memory of them. That's the thing, is our body literally keeps the score. So there's a book that by that title, The Body Keeps the Score. You should get it if you have trauma. You don't need to go back and relive those painful memories. We just have to get rid of them. So you don't need them to be fresh in our mind's eye. Sometimes they'll come up.
And I hate to say this, but I've got to say it. And I swear by it. If you are in the position of needing to heal things without words, you need to go see an energy healer.
Right.
And somebody trained in somatics. That would be somebody like myself. And I'm taking clients right now on my website.
Like Reiki or whatever, right? Like that kind of to move it around,
like
right?
the Reiki, but also like the heavy duty energetic healing, like the old ancient stuff that like I do remotely. And
you need to be ready for it too, though. Like, what's the steps? Okay, so that's helpful, but like, what do they need to be doing before that? Like, what steps do they need to take before that to actually get
realizing you need help outside of yourself?
Wait,
is number one. Realizing you need help outside of yourself.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Is number one. Number two is educating yourself about your diet first, because all health starts in the gut. So you may have a food allergy. We also have a million pesticides in our food that gives us inflammatory reactions. So what you want to do is look at your food intake. If you're taking on things that have a lot of preservatives or things that are not organic, you know, things like pesticides. Because, like, for instance, I have a gluten sensitivity, okay? But guess what? It's not the gluten. It's the pesticides they spray on the gluten that I'm allergic to. Because I can have pasta in another country, but I can't have it here.
Right. And that's the thing is here so if you remember your biology class from high school, guys, you know, our energy currency is glucose, right? That's what, and glucose turns into ATP, adenosine triphosphate, or ADP, adenosine diphosphate. That's how we power ourselves. Our mitochondria runs off of it, right? So like anything you eat turns into that. Okay, anything you eat turns into glucose. But it's like, how hard is your body working to do that? Like, that's the problem. So like the more natural and like healthy the foods are, the easier your body processes it, and it's fine. But when you're eating like McDonald's and all this other shit, and it's just super processed, it's taking so much more energy. It's almost like you're not even getting benefit. It's more of like recycling, like just even exchange instead of a gain, you know? So like I'm not a big, or like I'm not a diet fad person at all. Like I eat whatever I want. Like I'm lucky like that. But I have noticed that like my little one, like when she's eating like unhealthy, like her things are different. Like it's causing them to grow up faster, start puberty sooner, like all kinds of weird things that actually I wasn't expecting, and I'm kind of upset about it. I mean, to be honest, like I'm like, wow, this is not good. We should be eating things. The earth provides it. Like, just leave it alone. Like, you know, eat it.
Well, yeah, and also I want to add too, guys, anything with artificial coloring or flavoring.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a whole new thing.
To harm your gut. I know it's fun, and I have a junk food problem sometimes too. Like I don't all the time, but
oh my God, every day, dude. Every day.
I don't, but like there are times when I want to indulge, but I'll tell you what, I feel the difference because the moment I ingest it, here comes the gut and it's all inflamed and it hurts. And so, you know,
and those dyes, like the kids, like there's kids that have hyperreactive as to like yellow dye and red dye, right? Like that's a thing. That's
crazy. Oh yeah, red dye especially.
Yeah,
it used to be made out of beetles, and they're bringing that back. But if they changed it over in the last since 2000, they changed it over to a petroleum byproduct.
Again, Rockefeller. Thanks, guy. Like, what's up? Yeah.
And so it creates negative behaviors in children. And it harms them. It harms their little systems. It's just too much fake for them.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, and unfortunately they make it more expensive too to get the better stuff. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like there's for some people that you can't do it, but you just do the best you can, right? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So
and the other
was 17. Okay. So we should probably start reading cards in here.
Oh, yes. That's
way past our time. So yeah, this is okay. So again, another reason you don't have memories too, like in case you guys aren't aware of this, is that our brains does this on purpose. They will block certain things from us if it's too much for us to process at a certain time in our life, right? That's why the majority of people with childhood trauma don't really have a problem until later in adulthood, because at that point we're stable, we've got our shit together, so
we're in a safe place.
You know what?
We're in a safe place.
We're in a safe place. We've removed ourselves. You know, we're away from the people that cause us the trauma.
Right.
Right. So it's like now we're like, you know, about to enjoy life, and it's like, boom. Oh, hey, hi, remember me? Now you got to deal with me, and you're like, what the hell? Okay. That's because you're in a place now to handle it. But that doesn't, again, it doesn't mean that you're going to be remembering all of it. The majority of things that you do remember from childhood trauma are feelings, not events. Like, so a body flashback is something where a situation presents itself to you and it's familiar. You don't even recognize it's familiar. It just feels, it causes anxiety. You don't know why you're anxious.
Learning to Live coaching said I had years missing from my memory until I started treatment in my 30s. Exactly. There are new things I'm still learning in therapy, that it's finally safe enough to let go and be able to address it, because while you're in survival mode, your body knows that it's just not safe to retrieve.
Yeah. And like EMDR is one thing that helps also. And it's so weird. Again, it's proof that we're like computers, because it's like you're just following this, like, you know, this movement with your eyeballs while you're thinking about something upsetting, and it resets your brain like as if you're doing a soft reset on your cell phone. What? Like, yeah, it works actually. It's crazy. It's been around for a long time, and it's you know, covered by insurance. And that if you have trauma, that's like the number one thing. You're not going to go to cognitive behavioral therapy. That's not for that. That's for people that have like OCD or like, you know,
right.
Like if you have trauma and you're having anxiety, panic, blah blah, all those things. Your EMDR is going to be like the most effective treatment for you. And I had one session at home, but I shouldn't have done it myself. You can't do it anyway, because you have to be, I got it from school, right? Like so
you don't have access to it. Professional to get it done.
But I did it, and I had a memory flash the next day that I never even questioned, like this event in my life. I never thought anything weird about it. It was just a thing that happened on my 6th birthday, no big deal. And I saw it from a completely different perspective. And I was like, what? Okay, I don't know why I needed to know that, but I guess I did. And like, so that can happen, Scott. Like, you can end up having flashbacks of memories, but more often than not, it's going to be a feeling flashback rather than a memory, like an event that you see in your mind's eye. So
right. That's why anxiety is the way it is and makes you feel spicy.
Oh yeah, Oh, Tom. Hi, Tom. Tom said,
oh, wait.
Right here, sorry.
There it is.
Tom said, is this picture? Now that I know.
Okay, so I had remembered a significant trauma almost 20 years after it had happened, came all at once. Yeah, so you felt safe enough, Tom, to release it and to you know, feel the trauma and start to address those feelings and where it came from. So that's awesome. Yeah. And Learning to Live coaching said, I'm still remembering things as I get better at managing them and releasing the emotions attached. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Janet said, you said EMDR, right? Yes, EMDR, Janet. EMDR.
Yeah. That, I mean, and you know, like, you could tell your doctor you might want it. They might not give it to you, but it does help if you can get it. You know.
Absolutely. And then, since we're going to open up for readings, everyone, what I want you all to do is give us a like or a heart or whatever where you're at, and share this live while we open it up for questions. One question per person in the chat.
Yeah, one question. Okay, no, here's the no's that I'm not answering these questions. So before you write your questions, I'm going to tell you what I'm not answering. No pregnancy, no legal, and no health. Like, I'm not doing it. So anything else, fine. You know, but no pregnancy, no legal, and no health, because of
I personally will do health, guys. Like, I will do health, but also know that if you want health stuff healed, you have to make an appointment with me.
Yeah. You could identify, but So and subscribe. You know, if you haven't already done it, please. Thank you.
Okay, so Janet asked, I feel it's too big to ask what is my purpose. So when it comes to serving others or using my gifts, where do I start? Like, is there a path or direction I should start, a job I should get? Okay, so Janet, I love your question, and I want to answer you with this. So I do believe you're meant to be a healer of some sort. And I do believe that you could look into energy healing and pranic healing maybe as soon as you're like on your way of understanding what you're experiencing in yourself.
Oh, Felicia, yay.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
Felicia.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Okay. So that was Janet's question, and we'll just go down the line, guys, as we go here. So, Janet, I really do feel you're meant to be an energy healer. Okay. So let's just go down the line here.
I just did. I posted the new one.
Okay. Tarot question. What can I expect with the sale of my current home and the new home and location? Thank you. Okay, and it's for tarot, so
I feel like it's gonna happen pretty quick. It looks like you got the Chariot and the Knight of Swords, and there's also some fighting, though, some infighting going on, like there's some kind of like disagree. There's some kind of conflict here. I'm looking to see. Let me pull another card. See what it says. What is a little bit? Okay, what I got? What is this? Yeah. So I mean, go ahead, Stephanie. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So what we're gonna do, guys, is Anna will answer a question, then I'll go down the line. We'll just try it back and off and on. So
yeah. So we're just gonna go that. Yeah. So just type it in once. Like, don't type it in more than once because you know, because then we'll lose them and then we can't keep track. So
yeah.
So yeah, let me see. So this is for. Okay, this is for Lalamo. Okay. Let's see. Shit. Okay. I got two. Let's just do out. So it is. Oh, how did I know that was gonna be it? Okay. Yeah. So this is like the end of an era. Like, yeah, selling it, moving to a new place is going to be like a whole new. Like it's the end of an era. I don't know why I'm saying that. Like it's just like this is the end of that. It's you needed that. It's a change that just needed though. It's I don't know. It looks like it's kind of a hard. I don't know. You guys like are you excited about this, or is it one that's it's not forced? Is it like willingly you guys are moving? I see that it's for you. You're supposed to. That's going to help you out with the growth and stuff. But I feel like there's a lot of emotion attached, and also a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that you guys put into it. So you know, but you're leaving it for somebody else. Like somebody else is going to have that joy in that house. So and it's time for you guys to move on to another place. It is. So it looks like it's going to be good. I just think it's hard, you know, and you're going to be, oh yeah, 4 of Wands. That's good. And the Sun. So yeah, it looks good going forward. You're going to have that stability and that kind of new feeling again, like you had a long time ago when you first moved in, you know, like that excitement. So that's good. And it looks nice. Just, you know, don't get too wrapped up and caught up in don't leave part of yourself behind in that old house. Don't let yourself, you know, like let it go. It's not for you anymore. That's what I got. So yeah.
A lot of forward movement. Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be forward. Yeah, like
okay.
Like I can see your ghost kind of staying there though. Like I see a little bit. Like that energy signature is like
left her energy signature on it.
A little bit, yeah. So you don't want that. You want to have all of you with you when you leave, you know? Like don't leave it behind.
Thank you, Lala Mama.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. I'm going to answer this one. Jordana Zuber asks, I would like to know how Brian feels about me, his intentions, any advice for me regarding this connection. I'm grateful to be here. Thank you, ladies. You know, I actually feel like he likes you. I feel like this guy actually really does like you. And but there's a communication block. And I feel it right here in my throat. Like he just can't cough up the words right to say to you what he's supposed to be saying for you to receive that he likes you.
Yeah, I mean, got a little bit of a like emotionally kind of, you know, a little hard.
Oh, hi, Lucy.
Nice. That's the little one. Yeah,
So-
so on here. That's the Lucy. My little
So yeah, Jordana, it's gonna be fine. It's just know that he likes you, and then just confidently move forward. Do your own thing, and like you guys will work out just fine. You'll be just fine. Things are gonna be fine. They're just gonna move slower than you want. So just be patient.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so next one is when will I have financial freedom? Like, so you need to post your question in the chat, One.
Okay, so
That's
hold
the same
on.
one.
Where is the next one?
I just had it up. It was this one. Just right here.
Okay, thank you. When will I have financial independence and abundance?
Okay. Oh.
I'm getting the number 6. So that could be 6 weeks or 6 months. I'm not quite sure.
Let's see. I mean, there's a shift in thinking like that needs to occur though too. Like there's a shift of like
Limiting
beliefs. Like it's already, you need to know that it's coming, not like don't ever use the is it gonna happen. It's always
right. When will I like that she put or that they put when.
Yeah, when.
Which is good. That's a good wording, guys, because when you ask us, you need to ask us if it's already something that you want to happen.
Yeah, you have to act like it's already there. So you did this right here. This is a great way to word it. And if you ever catch yourself being like in the negative, just switch it back up and be like, never mind, I know it's coming. I just a matter of time. But because otherwise you're limiting what can occur to you. Like you're telling the universe what you won't accept. Like you're not going to get it if you don't believe you can get it, right? Yeah, like, and luck can only play for so much. This is, yeah, I mean, that's 100% it, because you have the Empress here, but it's reversed. So it's like, it's your creation. Like it's like as soon as you just believe that shit, just believe it, it'll come up. And I also got 6. So this is like, yeah, I mean, so that would be 6 months from now, would be February, right? Yeah. Like if, I guess it's 6 months, would be February, or 6 weeks would be like October, like the beginning of October, maybe the end of September. So you'll know better. Like I can't get like any more specific about the time than that with tarot cards, really.
Yeah, I can tell you mine is the number 6. So hopefully that helps you, Wizard Kitty 23. We appreciate you coming on and asking us.
Yep.
So let's see what the next one is.
I just put it up.
Okay, will my ex-husband remain as a controlling power in my boy's future, Genevieve? Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
And if you want to break this cycle, Genevieve, you're going to have to do something really hardcore because he seems narcissistic.
Yeah. That's the only control he has left, so he's not going to give up.
No, he won't give up.
Just to spite. Like, that sucks. So unfair. Yeah, this is no.
He sees you as weak. He sees you as weak.
Yeah.
And that he can overpower you consistently.
Yep.
And so you need to establish your power and show him that he cannot bully you, because he really thinks that he can just keep you under his thumb.
Yeah, like, so that's a mechanism of control of you, not your son. Like, understand that. Like, it's not, it's more it's a thing for you than it is for them. Like, they're like casualties. They're like collateral damage, right? Like, it's really about you. So, yeah, you put a foot down, but like, again, it depends on what the courts are saying. And you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot going into that situation. So, if you need to, go get a modification if you have to, do what you can. But the more you let him know that it's upsetting you, the more he's going to do it. So if you act like you don't give a crap, then that's the best chance you have right now of like getting a little reprieve from that, is acting like you don't care, like it doesn't bother you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. And then, so thank you, Genevieve. Thank you for that question. Okay. Felicia. Oops.
I just put it, where'd it go?
Oh, there it goes. Okay. Stephanie, I wanted to know more if you see anything on my husband's medical. Last time you said I'd be a widow. Wanted to get more if you can. Also, Anna Harlan has been coming to me in my dreams. Oh, I love that.
Hey, I'm so glad he's not here anymore. I mean, no offense, but like, scared me a little bit. So I told him to go over there. Like I said, go see your stepmom and your mom. So that's cool. That makes me happy. Yeah. I'm glad. Thank you for follow up on that. Appreciate it.
And Felicia, as far as your husband's concerned, I see heart stuff.
Uh-huh.
I really want to see his heart checked and his arteries, especially. I'm seeing some plaque that's really concerning me. So he needs to get like an EKG and a stress test done. That's my personal opinion from what I've seen on him. And it's always the heart that I see for him.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you on that. Like, yeah, and I think, yeah. So Felicia, I hope that helps. I know that helps. I know it does because we talked. Like, that's just I think it's like what she's saying is it's there's something that you can catch. It's not like doomed, right? Like
right. I see it.
Right?
So over our lifetimes, we have exit points, okay, and we can choose to take them or not.
Yep.
And when we don't choose to take them, it's because we've learned a way to not have to take it. So that's what this is. It's an exit point, but he doesn't have to take it.
Okay.
And
so you have treatment and like
right, knowing is half the battle, right? So if you just go and get it checked out, it could be preventable.
Good luck with that, though, because I know how guys are about going to the doctor. Like, I'm sorry, like, no offense, guys, but like, fail a little bit. I'm like that too, though. I hate it. So,
okay. Shania says,
yeah. Oh, thank you. So nice.
I have a question. Also, I've been watching your live since I discovered Anna on Next Level Soul and have been in love with you too. It's really God's work, which y'all are doing. Oh, thank you, Shania. We appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks for watching it. I didn't even know it was going to air.
Well, ask us your question, please.
Your question. That might be down here. Happy birthday. Tom says happy birthday to Felicia. That's nice.
That's sweet. Here we go. Okay, my question is about my current relationship with my partner. His initials are MA. Okay, so I'm getting a Michael or a Marshall. And I'm feeling like he's acts younger than he is.
Uh-huh.
And I'm feeling like he's not meeting your needs enough. Like I'm getting needs aren't being met. That's what's being said to me over again.
Right. See. Yeah. Let's see. I haven't got anything. Oh my God, so many messages. Yeah, I let's see. Let's see. Ooh, Scott, that's a good question. We'll come to that. We'll get to that. That's a good question. Let's see. Can we see this? Let's see. Did she? Yeah. Oh, wait. How are these? Are these repeated? Did they get repeated? Did people post them more than once? I get they must have, right?
You might have had a glitch too.
Yeah. Okay. So we answered
that. Much energy going through. We've had a couple glitches. I've had mic issues.
Oh, good, Felicia. That's great to know. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. Yep. Okay. Fantastic. So then, so for Shania, right? Where did she go? Okay. So Shania, yeah, let us know about your guy, MA. Right.
Yeah, because
I'll go back up to here.
I personally feel like he's not going to be able to meet your needs in the long run. I feel like he's very young and thought. So
it looks like more about like getting like status than it is about like quality of a relationship.
Right. Yes.
Same. Like Kirsten's coming in my head about like the labels and like the like being more.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Shania says, okay, yes, that's very true.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a little bit more, but like you deserve better than that. It's not just for show, right? Like,
yeah.
Like about you and not just for showing you off. Like that's flattering for a minute, but not like.
Okay, so where are we now?
Now we're in the next one. This is I'm out here. What are my favorite guys?
Here we go. Okay. Hey, Dana. So, Dana, am I correct to say you've been through an energetic and rough initiation, because it feels like you have? And also, your health is going to stabilize, but it's not going to get better or worse. I feel like it's just going to stabilize. So you're going to get better at handling it.
Yeah, you have a tumor, right? Like that's that you have. Is that right? Like I feel like yeah. So you think the trauma caused that? And I mean, I will say that, you know, they say that can't, but I'm not so sure, and I'm not a doctor yet, right? And even if when I am a doctor, I will not be a medical like that kind of doctor. I'm still just doctor of philosophy, but like I know someone, my ex died of cancer, of a tumor, and like we asked that question, I asked that, and they said no, and I was like, really though, really, it doesn't have anything to do with that, you know? It seemed like that's a very obvious connection, but again, I'm not a doctor that would
Right.
diagnose that. So just to me, it just seemed like kind of makes sense, but I mean, apparently that doesn't mean anything in medicine. So
Right. Like I
yeah.
see it shrinking, but I see things like you leveling out. Like you're never going to be the same that you were. And that's okay, because it was a lesson, but that, you know, things are going to level out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like, so it's, and like, is it malignant? Is it benign? Like, is it a malignant tumor? Is it, it's in the brain. So it's not necessarily cancer, right? Because that's the other thing about brain tumors is like, that's not always cancer, right? Like, even
Probably
though
hormonal.
yeah, it could be. I mean, there's lots of things. Yeah, brain injury too. And that's the other thing too, is like brain injuries tend to form in that area, but they'll still tell you that it has nothing to do with that, which is really, I just don't know how I feel about that. Like, you know, you had an injury in the same spot and I got tumor. Yeah, I don't know.
To me, that screams scar tissue, because scar tissue likes to multiply.
Yeah, yeah. So abusing. Oh, see, he's psychotic. Okay, so this is back from. Yeah. Okay, that was back from Scott. Could I have had a walk-in during my near-death experience? So that is interesting. So that okay. First of all, your feeling is super normal. This idea that when we come back, we don't relate anymore to the people that we had been related to previously, that is a very common phenomenon. Like I have a near-death experience group, and on Facebook, almost every single person that's in that group has that issue. Okay, and I did too. I ended up divorcing my husband at the time. I got I just ditched out. I was like, nope, this is not me anymore. That's normal. What you're talking about, a walk-in, would mean that you're not you anymore, like that your soul left because it was too traumatic and that you had to have a more advanced soul come take over for you, right?
Right.
So that would mean that your memories are superficial because they were just programmed. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Oh, God, sorry. Okay. That you were just, you know, like they're programmed and that you're fed that you know, that soul's told the memories. They didn't live them. So you don't have recall of certain memories because you didn't experience them, right? They're plants in your mind.
That's what I was just going to say. They're plants that come with the body.
Right. So it's hard. The way do you know? I mean, honestly, so what you're saying about not feeling connected to your family, that's not necessarily meaning that you are a walk-in, right? But if you feel like you don't know who you are, though, like if you feel like you don't know who you are at the core level, then that's more of a sign that it would be about not connecting to your family anymore. Because that's just, you went through a profound thing, right?
Right.
I've been there, I know. And it's like no one can relate to you. I mean, they can say that they understand, but unless they've done it themselves, yeah, like even people that have also had experiences still can't ever have your experience, right? So
right,
it's personal. Hard. Yeah. So, you know, I would think that it's probably just more of you acclimating back to this world, knowing what you know now. It's a lot, you know, like, why is it so shitty here and like so dope that, you know, like, well, because it's school and prison apparently, but like whatever.
Yeah. We're in prison.
You can you can find out for sure by doing hypnotherapy though. Like that's how most people find out, you know. So that's you're really curious about it, you know. And then so we see this one is here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Work career for Jean.
You're not doing the same. Are you doing something? You're not doing the same line of work that you were doing before?
Well, I feel like you're going into a new creative avenue. It feels like you're getting more creative instead of less. And it feels like you want more creative freedom as well.
Yeah, that journey, starting a new journey, like taking that like leap of faith. It looks like, yeah. I mean, it's about time, like, right? Like, why not? Like, do what you want to do for yourself instead of what everybody else wants you to do. Like, you know, do your thing. Like, do what makes you happy.
That's what's going to make you the happiest. Period. Is what makes, you know, whatever makes you happy, not what everybody else thinks you should do or be. And I mean, as us, like us doing our thing here, being our witchy selves and being, you know, out in the world, it makes us the happiest. It may not make everybody in our lives happy. It might make them worried, you know, or protective, or also like, oh, hey, you're out there. But it's true to ourselves.
Don't care. Yeah, don't care. Kiss my ass if you don't like it. That's what I gotta say about it. Seriously. Yeah, I mean, I'm over it. I'm gonna be 45 next week, dude. I don't want to live for other people. Like, I'm living for me, because at the end I die by myself, right? Yeah, I do. And you know, I can't count on, you know, we learn these lessons over time. Like, you can't always count on people. You can count on yourself, though. If you can't count on yourself, you're screwed. So make sure that you show up for yourself, and you start doing that by taking time and dedicating it to yourself, making sure that you are being selfish in them. And when I say selfish, I mean caring for the self, not being an egotistical jerk, just being, you know, loving to yourself like you would to other people.
Oh, we skipped some people by accident.
Did we?
So I want to go back. Okay, so John asked, should I get my music out into the world?
Oh, these are weird. They're like moving or something. It's weird.
Yeah. And I think that this will be a happy hobby for you, like something that you need a creative outlet for, but I don't see money off of it. I see it being more something that's fulfilling to your soul.
Yeah, like music, you know, pretty. Most people don't even make money on music anymore, right? Like, they don't. I don't think it's
right. It's just for the love of it at this point. And so if you do it for the love of it, then you can't go wrong.
Right. Yeah. And then, like, whatever, if something happens, fantastic, right? But like, I would go with, like, when I publish my research, I'm never expecting to get paid for it, like, ever. It's just, I'm just going to share. And like that attitude, like, when good stuff does happen from it, it's like, yay, bonus, right? But like, I don't get my hopes up about it.
Yeah, unless you're doing ritual magic about it, where you have to have a marriage to an outcome, then you don't even worry about it otherwise. And that's the difference. Like, where are you at? Are you in the magic realm of creating ritual for it, or are you just riding the wave? If you're riding the wave, just the attachment to the outcome and just be. Okay, so, you know, just be, John, you'll be fine. So All for Love, Love for All says, am I with my, you actually have 5 soulmates in your contract, and you're with one of them, but this is not the end all be all. This is not the person you're going to be with for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I got, like, when I saw that, I thought it said, am I with my all, I thought it said, am I with all my soulmates? But it doesn't say that.
No.
So, yeah, that was weird. Yeah, so like multiple, because we all have multiple, right? It's not just one. Like, it's not. That idea is like false.
It's not. It's not. I've had many soulmates over my lifetime. In fact, Anna's one of
right. Like,
Anna's one of mine. Yeah. And we have many.
Yeah.
We have many.
It don't have to be romantic, by the way, at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not. There's this idea that they're all romantic, and no, it's like it could be your parent or your brother or sister. It doesn't matter. It's whoever that you're energetically connected to, right? Like,
right.
Yeah, and it's different throughout different phases of life, because you would be a different person. Like, our needs change as we get older and stuff like that. So it would be
and it's not just romantic. It can be a friend that you have heavy soulmate contracts with. It could be your child. It could be a grandparent. It could be a lot of different people, and you don't even realize. So it's not just romantic, guys.
Right. Yeah. Like, there's not just one person out there for you. Even though we like to think that's true, it's not. Like, it's just.
And how awful would that be, honestly, if we only had one person for us? If you think about how limiting that would be on experience, right? Because this Earth School is all about experience and gaining enlightenment from experience. And so how do we experience? We experience in other.
I mean, I literally don't understand the people that have been with the same person since high school. It's like crazy to me. I like cannot relate. I mean, that's just because I have zero frame of reference for healthy relationships, right? But at all, but like, it irks me out. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I would probably, I don't know. Like,
I dare you to think about this for a second. Okay, guys, everybody watching, think of the couple that you know, okay, that's been together forever. And then think about their patterns and their cycles. Do they have the same cycles over and over and over again of the same thing that they do all the time? It's because that's what we do with people. We have patterns.
Yeah.
And so we get into this cyclical thing with each person. So that's why you need to jump from person to person, because you can only do so many lessons with one, and then you got to go to another.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you all for love. And then Laurel said tarot question. So this is for you.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. You thought you were cute? See, Stephanie, are you there? Oh God, we froze.
Oh, we froze. I froze.
You're fine now. You're fine. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know how they were looking at you, but I think it's just you're new, like a new face to them, and they were just curious about what's going on. I don't know who they are. It might be somebody that's coming in to do a training or something. I feel like some kind of like higher up from a different office, like somebody coming in and just like looking around, being told who's what, like if it's an office job, like, we have, I don't know, I don't work in office, but I think I remember people would come by and like, like from a different department somewhere, and someone would be telling who's who. So like it could just be something simple like that. I mean, was he cute? Like, if he's cute, like then I don't know, but like I think it's just like looking at like you're just a person that's there and you are a new face. So it's like that. I don't see anything like nefarious going on. There's nothing like negative. Just curiosity.
Yeah, I don't see anything negative happening at all, but I do see a very buttoned up person, very like reviewing your work, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, just like like as norms, like what normally happens. It's just I think you just saw it occurring, and it might have felt weird, but I think that like if you would have been anyone else, they would have done the same. You know what I mean? Like it's not negative, just getting a feel for the situation. Yeah, that's what I got from that. Oh my God, that's what I say. What do you say? What do you say? I don't know what that says. Okay.
Actually, it's this one now. Hold on. Okay. We're here now with Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Okay, so question. I need a new direction for work. Any idea what direction I should take?
You just did this.
Did we?
Yeah, I thought we just did it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, like going to different.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. Chester, did we do this one? I found the dark side first. It was the easiest way. Goodness, it's hard because it doesn't take any effort. Okay, that wasn't really a question, but thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Felicia says, have we done this one?
Yeah.
Stephanie, last time we talked about a job. You said I would have 2 to pick from. You were spot on. I interviewed for 2 jobs at the same place. Oh, good.
Yay. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. I'm going down the line here, guys, of all the comments.
Okay, we have that one too.
Did we do Firewoman?
I don't even see that yet. So we're putting it up.
Okay, let's look. Okay. Firewoman 5 says, hello. I love your little bat emoji. When will I have financial abundance? When will I have a new job will support myself well and something that I will love? Thank you and many blessings to you. Okay, so Firewoman, I see you actually in your new job within 5 months and already established at your job. The job looks like it includes an office of your own with a desk.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Anna, you want to add to that?
Checking it out. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles. So which like so something's coming up around the Queen of Pentacles too. So that's good. And yeah, no, like it looks like soon here. I mean, when do you get an idea of when?
I said within 5 months she'll already be there and established.
I was gonna say 6 months, but it's going to be steps. Like it's not all happening like, you know, at once. It's going to be like you're still having to catch up because I feel like you're behind on some stuff. Like, so the first couple, you know, paychecks and stuff are going to be going to like back. You know
Like
what I mean?
within
Like,
3 weeks, you're going to have an interview for sure.
yeah. But like you're going to get back on your feet, but it's going to be not as fast as like, you know, because of the amount of stuff that you have to take care of retroactively, right? But it's within 6 months. So I say 6 months for to be caught up, right? You know, and be feeling like the pressure off. So just hang in there. It will happen.
Yes.
You know,
Hang in there. You got something really good coming to you.
Yeah, believe it. Remember, like, you know, own it. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, and Felicia said it was her B-day. Happy birthday, Leo Queen. Okay, let's see. Love you guys. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Hello. Okay, so Donna has a question.
Okay.
Will I get a job soon, and what will it be?
No.
Donna, I see you having some struggles for the next year. Not that you won't have income. I see you having income, but it's like survival income right now. Things are going to be a little bit rough because you're still getting aligned to something else. And it's like behind a cloud. Like Spirit is showing me that like your whole job scenario is behind like this fog right now. And I truly believe it's because you haven't decided what you really want yet.
Right. Like I don't see what it is either because it's like it's not, you don't know, like there's no energetic signature from you on it. You know what I mean? Like so it's like the quantum physics thing, the whole light, you know, the photon experiment. It's like it's all possibilities are there until you act on it, until you look at it. So until you have an idea of what you want, there is no answer to that question.
It doesn't exist.
That's a very good. That's a really good like way to like, oh my gosh, so until we have an idea, right? Like there is no answer because the universe doesn't have it for you until you know for yourself what you want to do. You can have options, right? And then you can have like choices, but like until you like do a deep dive on yourself and figure out like what it is that you want to do, then all options are open. Literally.
And the universe cannot, okay, so something like it's very matrixy, but it's true.
Right. Yeah.
The universe does not know what it is until it is observed.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Like it's not heads or tails. It's neither until it's actually observed. So, and that's a fact somehow. You know, so crazy. But like it's the same here. So until you know, until you have a couple of options in your head and your headspace about like what you could do, nothing's going to present itself until you know. Like
right.
You know, because we're all creators of our own reality, you guys. Our perceptions are reality. So if you're perceiving that you don't know what you want to do, then the universe is also going to have that to you like that, right? You know, so you need to have some idea, even if it's a feeling, like, oh, a job that makes me feel this way. That's helpful to get started. Like, what do you want to feel like? You don't have to find the title of it. Just how does it make you feel energetically when you leave there at the end of the day?
Feel it in your gut, guys. If it feels good in your gut, then it probably is the thing. That's like
unless it's a guy, unless it's a relationship. Then it's run. Then it's run. It is a false flag. The butterflies in the stomach is actually a sign of
red flag.
Toxic person. Yes, not a sign. I hate that. I'm so mad about it, but it's true.
It's very true. Okay, so thank you, Donna. Flora says, does my daughter have anything I need to know that I haven't clearly understand from her in spirit? So I'm trying to like decipher this, Flora, what you mean, but I'm gonna let spirit kind of lead me with this one. So okay, your daughter's crossed over. Let me know that that's correct. And she's showing me jasmine flowers right now, like little tiny star jasmine. And she's saying that she loves you and that when you smell jasmine, you know that she's near. And Anna, do you have anything to add to that?
Right now, like right this second, I'm not. If I get it, I'll let you know. Like right now, I'm not.
Okay,
so clearing out earlier because I had another thing here, so I'm not like, oh, I was trying to keep them out right now because last time it made me cry and I don't want to do that again. So And hey,
Yes.
Cancer, good to know it's not cancer. Yes. So this
Yeah,
is
Laura. Okay, so thank goodness that like you understand what I'm saying. So Jasmine.
yeah, Jasmine's yeah, that's
And
great.
she's showing me the colors yellow and white. And I don't know exactly what that means. She's also showing me a ham. Okay. So I hope these things make sense.
Okay, then eat your greens organic farm. What is that one?
Hi, do you see a big move for my business and home coming soon? Eat your greens. I'm not feeling like anything's going to change real big for you. I think you're on the right path, actually. And I'm getting told slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, like it's a, you know, I got like really nauseous all of a sudden. I don't know why. What's that about? I don't know what it is. Like all of a sudden I got super nauseous. My face turned red.
You're okay.
Yeah, but why? Now again, damn it.
Okay. Well, our body. Okay, so guys, when this happens to us, our bodies are barometers. So when we get flush or something happens, like I'm feeling very warm right now too.
Like, really
So when that happens, it's energy going through us, and this is how we know energetic truths. And so for Eat Your Greens, you're on a good, powerful path, and it's affirmed through us.
yeah.
But it's not going to be overnight success, but you need to keep at it.
Right. I also feel like it's maybe like if you're feeling like you need this other, like if you need another place, it's like I think maybe now's not the right time for that. Like just stay where you are. You know what I mean? Like you're fine. Grow from where you are. I don't know why I'm getting like it's a little bit confusing energy for me. It's like I'm not sure if you're supposed to, like, this house where you're at now is fine. Like you can stay there, but it might be like you're just thinking you need more space or something. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm sorry, I got like really nauseous and I'm not sure why that is. I mean, I just heard something. Okay. I heard something about mold. I don't know why I just heard that.
Oh, interesting. So heed that warning about mold too. Eat your greens just in case.
Yeah, anybody, like, I don't know.
We've got to move on because you are making us very hot. Like seriously hot.
I don't know what's going on here. Like honestly,
a lot of energetic movement, but we have got to move on, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chester says, I'm 70 years old and continuously have the urge to speak with past loved ones. Sadhguru says to leave the dead dead. So I'm going to give you some advice on this one, Chester. As we get older, like here's the thing, when we're children, we're close to the other side because we're from it, right? And then we kind of lose our connection because we're meant to be more here, more present. You're still in the present. As we get older, though, we feel that call, right? We feel like, okay, I'm getting closer to my transition to the other side, right? And so we get more preoccupied with it, like what's going to happen, what's going to happen. But I want you to know that, as Sadhguru will say, nothing, relax, because we're not in control. We're not in control of it. And yes, the dead are here and they're with us all the time. We just have the veil separating us from them so that we don't get confused about what we're doing here.
Right.
And so, you know, it doesn't hurt to tell your loved ones. And I, as a liminal practitioner, okay, Anna and I will both tell you that on a regular basis, we convene with our ancestors. We convene with spirit. We do it consistently. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as you're not living in it because it's not your service, right? Because like we live in it because it's part of our service to humanity.
Right.
But
you have to for that.
yeah, we have to. And liminality creates a lot of problems for people who are living like ourselves. We're in a living body, but we're liminal.
It does, and the people around us.
Oh yeah. For the people around us, it's very hard.
Because they can't experience what we're experiencing, and it can cause some issues. Yeah, definitely. I don't know how to put that.
Yeah. Okay. So,
yeah.
Mark says, "Hi there, Anna. We had this chat a couple days ago. I was wondering if I should move or stay put where I am."
I've seen that you're gonna go somewhere, so I saw travel coming for you, buddy. Like I did. I saw it and fun adventure. I don't know what you're doing, but I saw stuff for you. Like you're doing stuff. Like you're researching stuff. You're engaging in things. Like getting out and about would be good for you. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if moving. Is it moving? I mean, I was thinking more of a trip. Like going overseas. Remember I said across water, so.
That's right. We did say we were talking about that. Yeah. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, yesterday I had a client that you're talking about, Mark. This is someone I had yesterday I read for, but I saw he said he lives near a lake, right? So I'm like, maybe it's the lake, maybe it's the ocean. I don't know. So what do you see? Do you see anything for him? He's in Canada.
I see water. I see boats. So something on the water.
Yeah, boats. Even though it might be boat, it might be boat now. Now it might be a boat. Sorry.
Felicia, I want to tell you something because you said my oldest daughter is my soulmate. We are two peas in a pod, finish each other's sentences. She acts older than me. That's because in your last life, she was your mama.
Right? Yeah, she's your mom.
And I bet she mothers you a lot. And this happens a lot where we trade off and on.
Yeah.
And as an Akashic reader, I see past lives, and I do past life readings, guys, if you're ever interested. Yeah. So that's why. Thank you, Felicia. Maria says, let's see. Let's see. Did we read for Maria yet? We did.
Okay, there's that.
Let's see. We're just moving down. Okay, so Madi Soul. And it says, what do you see as my next career? What is my purpose?
Okay. What's that?
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. That's negative. I don't know what this means.
I see you in health, Marisol. I see you working, helping people. I see health worker. I see a health career, nursing. Let us know if that's close. Are you lost at where we're at, Anna?
What? No. I'm sorry. I was just reading something. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm zoning out because I'm trying to get. I was just hearing something, so I was trying to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about Dana again, but I was hearing something. I was hearing something about her. I was trying to listen to what it was saying, but I couldn't catch it. So I'll just wait till it comes back.
Okay, so our most current one is Marisol.
Right. Yeah.
She's asking, what do you see as my next career? What is my purpose? And I told her I see something in healthcare or nursing. Or even midwifery. I'm feeling like midwife stuff.
What are you doing? Let's see. We have this is I am looking at I mean mine's showing more for people that have been through the ringer, some helping with them, some kind of people that have had some bad experiences. So I don't know if that would be a nurse, maybe it's a nurse because they've had bad health, or perhaps it's more of psychological or therapeutic. Because it looks like there's people here that, tennis swords, people that are stabbed in the back, people that are betrayed, and then the liver's card, and then.
Well, I'm seeing a hospital ward. That's what I was seeing, and that's why I said RN. I don't know if it's a psych ward, but I saw a hospital ward.
Oh, what do you do? Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's why I said RN.
Yeah. Let's see, August 14th. August 14th, I'm August 3rd. So yeah, Leo, what's up? Let's see. Next one.
I was in the trades. Yeah, I don't see you staying in the trades.
This is let's see.
I see you helping people.
Let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Hi, Mike. Does the universe have anything to tell me about the direction of my life? I feel sometimes like it's difficult to connect to my higher self.
Okay. I'm gonna get a different deck.
Okay.
Okay. We got it.
So I'm going to coach you on how to connect with your higher self while Anna pulls the cards.
Okay.
So the best thing to do is do it while you're doing something else, like either playing Tetris, or something with your hands, or even driving.
Mm-hmm.
Something that is second nature, that is a fine motor kind of thing. Because what will happen is it encourages your mind to relax and open. And when you do that, then your mind is able to open more to your higher self. And you'll be surprised how much you hear when that happens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is about like there's also you got to get rid of the doubt that you have. Like, so it's like if you keep saying that it's imagination, or you keep thinking that when you get something, it's like you're just you're overreacting. It's magic. Then yeah, like you've got to accept it for what it is, right? And it does sometimes it can be easily. These things are not as like it's not like the Hollywood. It's not like that. There's a person standing right next to you talking to you that only you can see and hear. Kind of not like that. Like sometimes it can be like that, but mostly it's just things that come and pop in your head, like that's when we connect, or you just get some random information that out of nowhere, like you don't know how you know it. It's those things, but writing them down when they happen does help, like so that you can start to see how frequent they are, because they're little, but they start to add up over time. But you need to like kind of, embrace it, like instead of looking for ways to disprove it, right? Like because it's like if you're searching for them, like you're not going to get like the proof that we're looking for is never going to come that way that we want it, right? Like, right. So, I mean, sometimes it can, but it's kind of traumatic when that happens.
Yeah, it is. So be careful what you ask for.
It is true. Yeah.
Definitely.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you, Mike, for that question. Let's see, where are we at?
Oh, you will. Okay, so microgrid, that's cool.
Lynette had a question here. Let's post this one. Hi, will my life get better soon? Will I find a job soon, please? And thank you. Okay, Lynette. Your life is going to get better, but only because what you're going to do is every day I want you to wake up in the morning and do a deep breath, and you're going to say, show me how it gets better.
Right. Yeah.
And you do this every day. Yeah. And every day the universe will show you how it gets better.
Yeah. Instead of saying like, God, this sucks, and like this is no fair, you got to go like show me that. Yeah, exactly. Because people are gonna still disappoint you. People are still gonna like betray you. Like we're never gonna be done with that, right?
No, we're never
done. How we handle it that matters. So we don't let them win, right? We don't let those people win.
Right.
Win. So you got to spite that shit and be like, nah, show me it's fine. It's getting better. And then as soon as that you do that, then it'll energetically go back to you. Right now, they're winning. Everybody's winning. Like
yes, yeah, exactly. And a job will come when your vibration changes. That's what's going to happen. What you're going to do is start magnetizing things to you, become a magnet. Yeah. And how you do that is by starting saying, I have a job coming to me, or I have the job. And envision what job you want. And I also like to use this tool for manifestation. Make a playlist for it, or make a Pinterest board for it.
Yeah. Visualize, like right here behind this screen, it says Dr. Anna Stone, PhD, right? It's been up there for years. Like I've had it back there. It's because every day I see it and I'm like, yep, like it's happening. And now, you know, and it is happening. So like, you know, but damn, when I put that up there, it was not even, nope, it was not even close. Like I hadn't even gotten my bachelor's degree yet. So, you know, you gotta like, we've got to remind ourselves sometimes visually too. You know, we are visual people. So there's that. You know, so I see now that we have the next question I see that's new and not from repeats is, oh, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that comment. Great. That's nice of you to say you love our energy. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my dog's barking. I'm
I think that's how we're gonna go. So this is, you know, we got everybody on the list. We got them all. It's now it just repeats like extra questions. So you guys, thanks so much for being here. We'll be here back tomorrow night. You know, at 7 o'clock, talking about a whole other topic. So feel free to stop by. And if you want another reading, you know, same thing, same format. All right. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks. So
absolutely. We'll see you.